We will be simulating the Premier League, but every club will get one punishment starting with Arsenal. What will they get? And they will have to use their striker as their goalkeeper. So Havertz is now their main goalkeeper, and they obviously lose their other goalkeepers, so that it forces Havertz to play. We will spin the wheel just like this for every team. But there's a twist. There are also 3 power-ups, so 3 teams will get lucky. So we will have to see who can win the Premier League by the end. But let's remove striker as goalkeeper from the wheel and spin for the next team, which is Bournemouth. And Bournemouth lands on remove all players over 27. They almost landed on Prime Anthony. Anyways, let's just remove all their over 27s. And this is now what the team looks like after. Apart from missing a good goalkeeper, their team still looks solid. Anyways, the next spin will be for Aston Villa, one of the bigger clubs. And they almost land on full potential, but they will have to have all their players on 0 stamina. So this is their before team. And this is how their team looks with everyone at 1 stamina. It has really taken a hit on them. As you can see on the right, everybody is at 1 stamina, including the bench. This might get Villa out of top 6, but they do still look strong. Next club will now be Brentford, and oh no, they land on 1 pace for everyone. Let's see what damage it does to them. And wow, it's actually affected them really badly. Well, obviously, but their central players has not actually downgraded that much. It's only their wide players, so I actually still believe in Brentford if they play a central formation. But the next club will be Brighton. Let's spin the wheel for them, and they get remove every English player. Damn. Let's see what it'll do to this team, and it has pretty much not affected them at all. This team still looks like Brighton. They got off lucky, I would say. But it's time for another spin, this time for Chelsea. This will get interesting, and it lands on use goalkeeper as striker, so the opposite of Arsenal. And you know what? This might be an upgrade for Chelsea. Now, they don't have to use Michael Jackson. Robert Sanchez will do better for them probably. Chelsea probably has the best chance of winning that Premier League title so far. But next up is Crystal Palace. Let's just spin the wheel again. And oh my god, everybody stop what you're doing. Prime Anthony is going to Crystal Palace. He might just carry them to a Premier League title if he wants to. No one can stop that man at all. That's our first power-up used. Only 2 left now, but the next club will now be Everton. Let's spin the wheel again. And they land on remove every player under 6 foot. So all the short players are leaving? Every short player from Everton has now successfully been removed. They surprisingly do have tall wingers. So Everton is still looking pretty good even after losing all their short players. They could also still do really well. Next club on the list is Fulham, another London club. And Fulham lands on release all defenders. Damn, they might be the worst one so far. Let's just quickly remove all their defenders. So their defenders has now been removed, and they're going to have to use their midfielders and wingers for that defense. That's going to be tough for them. They probably will get relegated. But next up for the wheel is going to be Ipswich Town. They did get relegated in real life, so imagine they get a power-up, and they get flipped their ratings. This could be good and bad, and their ratings has now been flipped. Yeah, it's really not looking good for them. They do, however, have an insane goalkeeper. 96 is insane, so that might mean something for them, but the rest of the team has literally all been downgraded or stayed the same. So I really don't think there's any hope for Ipswich. They will probably get relegated again unless the goalkeeper can carry. Another team that got relegated this season was Leicester City, but can the wheel change that for them? And no way. I don't believe it. Leicester will get prime Messi and Ronaldo. This is insane. Just take a look at that front 3. Ronaldo, Vardy, and then Messi. It's absolutely beautiful. Prime Messi and Ronaldo both on Leicester City. They might be able to carry them to a Premier League title again. But let's just spin the wheel for the next one, which is Liverpool. What will Liverpool land on? And they get remove every foreigner, so they can only use British players. That's not good, because Liverpool has a lot of good foreigners playing for them. But I have now removed every one of their players outside of Britain. Yeah, Liverpool definitely ain't winning the Premier League with this team. I've had to add extra players because they don't have enough British players. The defense does actually still look good, and that midfield is all right, but they don't have an attack or a bench, so they might just get relegated. It's really not looking good for them. Next on the list will be Manchester United now. I think anything can make this team better, but they do land on release all midfielders, and that's not good, because now they lost their best player Bruno Fernandes. They actually don't look too bad. Full backs can make good midfielders, but I still think they will actually do all right. Now, we're getting to Manchester City. What will Pep Guardiola's fate be? Remove all of their starting 11. I'm just gonna do what their current in-game starting 11 is, and it is these players. So all these 11 players will be removed, and they have now been removed from the team. And you know what? This team still looks hella strong. Bro City is still gonna do amazingly, as long as Haaland doesn't stay humble. Next up, we have Newcastle United. We're getting close to the end, and Newcastle lands on release all attackers, and all their attackers has now been removed. And you know what? With a formation change, I think Newcastle will still do well. They just have to play defensive, get some inspiration from Jose Mourinho, and they're all good. Now we have Nottingham Forest up next, one of the underdogs of this Premier League season. What will they land on? Every player at 0 dribbling? Damn, let's just do that for them, I guess. And as you can see on the right, it's not their overall dribbling stat, but the in-game dribbling stat that's at 1 rated. But damn, it's really messed up their attack and wingers. Their defense did, however, not get affected at all from this. So Forest could still be a top 6 club, but I don't think they're worthy of a Premier League title. Next, we have the worst Premier League club of this season, and no way. They land on Sunil Chetri, which basically means they have to use him for striker. Yeah, I think Southampton is getting relegated again, unless Sunil Chetri somehow pulls of a masterclass, but I doubt it. 3 teams left, third to last will be Tottenham, and oh my god, Tottenham has gotten the last power-up, which is full potential. So every player here will be upgraded to full potential. And this is how their team looks at full potential. It's absolutely class. They even have these beasts on the reserves. This might just be Tottenham's one chance to actually win the Premier League. They have to. If they don't, then they really are one of the worst football teams ever. Second last team will be West Ham. Only 2 things left on that wheel, and both are punishments. And West Ham lands on remove top 5 players. Not the worst, but let's quickly remove these 5 best players. And they still have a pretty good team. They should definitely be able to finish top half of the table. But we are finally down to the last team, and that's Wolves. And there is only one thing left on the wheel, and it is to remove all their under 21s. So let's also just remove them. And damn, that actually pretty much made no difference on Wolves. They're still the same team. But regardless, we have now completed all the teams in the Premier League. 17 teams got punished, while Crystal Palace, Leicester, and Tottenham all got lucky and got a power-up instead. Let's just sim a Premier League season and see what team finishes on top now. So I have now simulated till the end of the Premier League season. Let's reveal the teams one by one. So the 3 teams that did get relegated was Southampton. Sunil Chetri couldn't carry them. Liverpool also got relegated without their foreigners. And Brentford is also out. In 13th place, we have Nottingham Forest. And Wolves understandably got 12th. Prime Messi and Ronaldo could only get Leicester to 11th. And in 10th, we have United. So they actually did better without their midfielders. Everton got 9th place, and in 8th, we have Aston Villa, surprisingly. Brighton got 7th, and oh my god, Tottenham truly is just trash. How the hell do you not win the Premier League while being a full potential? Never mind, let's just move on. In 5th, we have Chelsea, which is okay. Newcastle got 4th, despite losing all their attackers, and Arsenal still got 3rd with Havertz at goalkeeper. Antony carried Crystal Palace to 2nd place, which is insane, but the winner is Manchester City. So even after all these chaotic changes, they still find a way to win. Anyways, if you enjoyed this crazy experiment, then subscribe for more experiments just like this.